What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Dynamite, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including: is NXT finally a success? Wrestling is back. Bad news for Liv Morgan. Are AEW stars interested in jumping to WWE? Is Jake Paul coming to the WWE? A WWE star's cause of death revealed, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number 1, Blood and Guts brings it. Now, AEW's War Games like Blood and Guts match definitely deliver the goods in terms of mayhem, with wrestlers performing 6 spots in and on top of the cage, as well as utilizing various forms of punishment such as a bag of glass, a bed of nails, and a steel chain. Now, the match featured plenty of blood, but it's unlikely anything happened that wasn't approved by AEW and WBD. This allowed both teams to put on a violent match without things degenerating into garbage-style wrestling. Number 2, interesting twist with Pac. The cage match also saw Pac abandon the BCC after Claudio accidentally clobbered him in the match, leaving the heels at a 4-on-5 disadvantage. It's believed that part of the reason for this is to build Pac vs Claudio at Ring of Honor's upcoming pay-per-view following Mark Briscoe's knee injury. Regardless, it could help put Pac back into the single spotlight. Number 3, Blind Eliminator Finals was solid. The Blind Eliminator tournament has been a treat for fans, as they've seen some novel mashups as well as all-round exciting matches. Last night's finals bout between the team of MJF and Adam Cole versus the Jericho Appreciation Society, Sammy Guevara and Danny Garcia was strong, and we're looking forward to another tournament down the road. Number 4, more intrigue with MJF and Adam Cole. A kudos to AEW for keeping fans guessing about the direction of MJF and Adam Cole's unlikely partnership. It's obvious both men are making a fantastic team, and in a perfect world they'd capture the tag titles. But the story driving this odd couple is the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Cole wants the belt, but can he put his title dreams on hold long enough to capture the team gold? Likewise, can MJF repress his golem-like lust for his precious, or will he backstab Cole during their match? Some fans even think Cole is going to turn heel, with MJF going babyface. While fans have been down the MJF turning babyface road before, AEW has done an outstanding job keeping the fans in the dark. Number 5, Jack Perry wins the FTW title. Is the FTW Championship a prestigious belt? Well, not really, but it's a start for Jack Perry, whose new heel persona is improving every week. For now, Perry can use the title to get over further until AEW has a real title spot available. And Darby Allin turning heel? Could Darby Allin be turning heel? While he's always been an odd sort of character, he's been acting reclusive lately, as seen by last night when he lobbied Orange Cassidy for an international championship shot for his pal AR Fox, then walked away from a hands-in with the best friends. Maybe we're reading too much into this, but a heel turn could freshen his character up and lead to a feud with his mentor Sting. But that was good. What about the bad? As number 1, Britt Baker is over. And Dr. Britt Baker is a solid babyface, and the AEW Galaxy loves her. So why is she stuck in a boring program with the Outcasts and relegated to the sidelines far too often? While Baker is believed to be working through nagging injuries, there's no excuse for her not having a mic time, as she knows how to engage or enrage the fans. And number 2, Hook had an undefeated streak. Last night's Jack Perry win over Hook may have shocked fans, but the real shocker was when AEW made a big deal out of Hook's undefeated streak. Sad to say, but Hook's win streak has been both meaningless and forgettable. In fact, so forgettable, we forgot about it. That's not to say that AEW did a terrible job building up Hook. The company invested considerable time and effort, but they failed to create any opponents that actually threatened his win streak, which diluted the streak. Not only that, but it's safe to say Jack Perry being the one to end it isn't going to do anything for the former Jungle Boy's career. That was nothing downright ugly. AEW delivered a strong show that hopefully will translate into strong ratings. AEW spared the fans the usual curtain jerker matches that don't belong on Dynamite, and it should use last night's show as a template for future shows. What'd you guys think of Dynamite last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now, first story looks at Dominik dominates the ratings. At top of today's news is Dominik Mysterio has done it again, not only capturing the North American Championship on 18th July NXT, but turning up the ratings. Wrestlenomics' Brandon Thurston is reporting Dominik Mysterio vs Wesley was the high quarter hour for NXT, growing the audience 21% from the prior quarter hour, averaging 844,000 viewers. It also drew 746,000 live viewers on USA Network, which is up from the 671,000 viewers the show previously drew a week ago. This made the episode the second most watched NXT since 2021. It looks like WWE's strategy of putting main roster stars on NXT is paying off. For how long though remains the big question. Will fans get tired of seeing main roster stars, or will it be seen as adding to the show's existing appeal? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, wrestling is back. A Duddy Dom's ratings bonanza on NXT is just one example of how wrestling is doing well in the ratings. Meltzer recently tweeted, one of the top 12 entertainment shows for the week on cable, 5 were pro wrestling shows. You may recall the Tribal Chief episode on SmackDown scored sensational numbers in the demos, making it the #1 entertainment show not only on cable but on all TV that week. This led to Fox recategorizing SmackDown as entertainment rather than sports, a move that could help Fox with advertisers as it can boast of having a top-rated entertainment show. While SmackDown's ratings have been on the rise for the last year, it tends to perform less well against sports programming. Let's see if they can retain these viewers when football returns in September. Next up, CM Punk meets with Collision stars. The CM Punk is currently the face of AEW's Collision show, and the following report suggests he's looking to provide leadership for the various talent on AEW's new Saturday show. Fightful Select is reporting Punk met with Collision stars, saying, CM Punk led the meeting and there were several topics brought up on how Collision could separate itself from what fans see on Dynamite, including finishes of some matches. They went over what was and what wasn't good for Collision, such as finishes, shenanigans and the like. One of the most interesting takeaways from this report is that a large part of the meeting was how Collision has differentiated itself from Dynamite to the point where many of Dynamite's usual detractors have taken a liking to Collision. If this is their goal, it'll be interesting to see how far the show fares in the ratings in a different direction. Next up, bad news for Liv Morgan. Is Liv Morgan injured again, as Morgan recently returned from a shoulder injury? Wrestling News' Paul Davis is reporting there are many details available, but trainers were seen checking off on her on camera and she was seen leaving the building with a sling on. Nothing further is known about Morgan's condition, but we will continue monitoring the story. Next up, Cody Rhodes sees Seth Rollins as a top rival. Rhodes' war with Seth Rollins ended in 2022, or did it? Well, some recent comments from the American Nightmare seem to indicate Cody is still competing against the Visionary, and this time it's not part of a storyline. Rhodes mentioned that the toughest part is we're in a generation now, and one of the reasons why this has become one of the most successful and healthy time for pro wrestling or sports entertainment, one of the biggest challenges you're flanked by other guys and girls who could be in your spot and maybe are in your spot, and then you get it back. It's not a negative thing. Charlotte Flair is not NXT Charlotte. Seth Rollins is not the Shield Seth. Kevin Owens is not the Ring of Honor Kevin Owens. They've experienced it. They've felt live crowds. They've understood booking. They've understood turning over money, everything. They've understood it. And now we're all together. But Cody wants that #1 spot on Raw. One of my favorite things, and I think one of the reasons why I've been in the best position I've been in my career, is because on the same show I compete with the guy, the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, every week. And it's not negative. He would like to be the Raw face, and I would like to be the Raw face. I don't know, some weeks maybe we trade it off, but that is what makes this good. Competition is what makes this good, and I needed to compete against the very best. Seth, I'd say he's top 3, one of the very best, Roman being one of the very best. That's what's been able to bring out the very best in me. The roster features some big names in the contemporary wrestling, and more importantly, the promotion has found a way to book more than a handful of stars at the time, resulting in the WWE having multiple talents available for top spots. This is reminiscent of the Attitude Era, when WWE had multiple megastars including The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Taker, Mick Foley and Triple H. Having this many megastars not only creates fresh matchups, but it provides opportunities for WWE to use these stars to help new talent get over. But in wrestling, there can only be one top guy. Do you think Cody is the top guy though? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up are AEW stars interested in jumping to WWE. Dave Meltzer is reporting that there are several AEW stars interested in jumping to the WWE. The only problem is that WWE won't risk any hint of contract tampering thanks to its current battle against MLW, who is suing them. Meltzer noted that if that MLW lawsuit wasn't there, WWE, and not just these guys, the Elite, these are the guys that this relates to, that have interest in at least hearing from WWE, and in one case interested in going to WWE. Now Meltzer didn't name names, but there have been several past reports about AEW talent wanting out. Next up is Jake Paul coming to WWE. Logan Paul's success in WWE has led to questions whether his brother Jake might enter the WWE. While Jake has dropped hints about this, not to mention finding time to show up at last year's Crown Jewel show when Logan fought Roman Reigns, Ringside News is reporting, Logan Paul is having a great time in WWE, but we can confirm that the company has no creative plans for Jake Paul. It seems like they will not be joining each other in WWE at this point. But as you know, all it takes is a dump truck full of money to change someone's mind, and if they think that Jake and Logan Paul pairing will deliver ratings, they can count on it happening. And finally, a WWE star cause of death revealed. Last but not least, we now know what led to the death of WWE Hall of Famer and superstar Iron Sheik, the legend who passed away last June. TMZ Sports is reporting the death certificate revealed a cause of death as a cardiac arrest and that the Iron Sheik had congestive heart failure as well as hypertension before his passing. But there you have it folks, our look at Dynamite as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.